This seems to be a bit of a speaker channel at the moment, doesn't it? There are millions of Bluetooth speakers out there, and this is yet another one. It's another one from Tribit, who seem to do some quite nice stuff. But we shall see. This is the StormBox Micro 2, and as the name suggests, there has been a StormBox Micro, and this is the upgraded version of it. There are a few improvements. They've made a few sort of nice design changes. They have significantly improved the battery life, apparently, and they have also increased it from something like 9 watts output to 10 watts output. But this is all about portability, this speaker. It is a small thing, and that's why I like it, because I haven't had a speaker like this before. All my speakers have either been pill type speakers or bigger. And more recently, it's been all about the boombox style speakers. So this is something completely different for me anyway. And yeah, this is about portability. They have pictures of people putting this on the handlebars of their bike, which is quite a nice idea. Or just like clipping it on a belt, you know, so you can just walk around with this on your belt. So it must be pretty small, and it must come hopefully with the accessories to allow you to do that. But let's get into it. Okay, so it's the BTS12, and yes, it is quite small, isn't it? So all we get, nothing else in the box there. Instruction manual, as you would expect, very nicely, neatly packaged. USB-C cable here so USB-C to USB-C for charging. Nice to see that everybody is finally moving over to USB-C now. And the speaker itself is a really nice compact thing like this. Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? For those of you who are interested, there are the specs, the specifications in the back of the manual. It is really rather small, isn't it? But feels solid. This is like a material finish, but it is IP67. So although this, because it's material, would get wet, it is IP67. So rated not only for dust at the 6 rating, but 7 with the waterproof rating. So you can submerge this down to 1 meter. Okay, so first thing I've got to do, of course, is pair it. So I'll just open my phone to start with and go straight into Bluetooth. Well, in fact, I'll tell you what, let's turn it on first. And there, right away at the bottom, Tribit StormBox Micro 2. And let's pair that. There we go, it's on there. We've got a little blue light on the front confirming that. But let's have a listen and see how well it performs with our standard tracks. So let's jump straight into this Tyler Ashley song. I've got a million emails that I haven't read. Got a break pad squeaking that I gotta check, but I don't mind it. Cause I got her riding on that shotgun side with that take me till the sunrise look inside her eyes. Now we're flying. Yeah, we're flying. That's actually surprisingly impressive for the size. Okay, it goes quite quiet. A big problem with a lot of Bluetooth speakers is that lowest volume point is just not low enough. There's a too big a jump between the quietest and the second one up. But that does go fairly quiet. Now, let's try the high volume test. Cause she's dancing, singing out to every song, and she's always got all of the lyrics wrong, but she don't mind it. No, she's still shining. We got 10 miles of open road. That's in the radio. Okay, not bad, not bad. You can hear there that as the volume goes up, it brings the bass back and stops it becoming too excessive and just controls the bass, reins it in really to allow you to put the volume up to full there. A little bit of distortion at the top, but this track is a very loud song. It is as loud as you're going to get out of the across the Bluetooth connection because of the fact it's being processed. So this will be sort of peaking at sort of minus 0.5 dBFS. So yes, it will be a loud one. As you would expect from something this kind of size, this is also a speakerphone too. In fact, I looked at a few Anker conference phones a while back, and this looks quite similar to that, doesn't it? It's that sort of form factor where you could just take this out of a bag, put it on a desk or something and have a few people talking into it. I don't think it's designed in the same way, so it doesn't have the multiple microphones around and stuff like that. But you can do calls on this, and this button, this multifunction button in the center, lets you activate Siri, answer calls, end calls. Then you've got volume, and it's the pretty standard Bluetooth stuff. I've got my recording app here, and you can see that it's got the input as the Tribit StormBox Micro 2. So let's start recording on that and see how it sounds. So this is a test of the Tribit StormBox Micro 2 from a distance of about 40 centimeters. So this is the Tribit from 1 meter away, from 1 meter, maybe not quite 1 meter. My arms probably aren't as long as I think they are. And this is the Tribit from approximately 10 centimeters. So listening to the Tribit call quality at 10 centimeters. Okay, so he's not around. What about the other one? Let's see whether the other one's around. Unfortunately, though, the other one's only 4 years old, so I'm not going to get too much sense out of him around whether or not something sounds okay. Here he is. Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does it sound okay?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I can see you. Oh, good, Miles. Good. You've gone downstairs. Let's just zoom in here and let's just make this the focus. Hey, Miles.
Yeah.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Does it sound okay? Because I'm just testing out a speakerphone, so it's not really. It's not a speakerphone. It's just a wireless speaker, but I'm just trying. It can work as a phone as well. That sounds absolutely fine. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks, boys. Right. Let's see whether this actually works or not. I've got enough rubbish on the front of my bike as it is, actually. So let me just get rid of this. Let me just take this light off here and see whether this will. Looks like it could do. Probably fit on there, actually. Probably fit down there, but I'm going to try and put it on the handlebars like they had it on their video. See whether this will stretch over and hook on. Oh, it's a bit tight. It's a bit tight, that. So it goes nicely on here. That fits pretty securely. Don't think we might flop round after a while, I suppose, but shouldn't go anywhere too much. But as for the actual handlebars, I think that's probably going to be a bit tricky. Maybe round this narrow a bit here. Let me just have another go. I think it's just because I haven't got enough room on the handlebars, because I've got a bell here and I've got a light here and I've got my gears here. I just haven't got enough room to put it on. It could also fit here on the front bit, but I've got my cycle computer thing there. So that's not going to be particularly easy to get on, I don't think, on a pair of handlebars, unless you've got plenty of room. So one thing I did think about is a backpack. So this is the bag I would always wear on my bike. So I guess this, you could just attach it to this somehow. Pretty easily, I would have thought. Yeah, I mean, that's really easy, isn't it? You could just easily use it like that on the backpack. Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. Next thing to take a quick look at is the Tribit app, because this should be able to be used with the app. Now, the Tribit app is okay because although it does, when you open it, it does kind of prompt you to log in and set up an account, but there is an option to say you don't want to. So I've already got my StormBox Blast added there, so I'm just going to see, can I add this product as well? There we go, it's picked it up straight away. Connect. And there we go. We've now got the battery level in there, the picture of the product, and we can start playback and things like that. And we can also adjust the EQ. So we have the same settings here as we do on the StormBox Blast. We've got our 9-band EQ there, and then we can set that totally customized if we like, or we can, have a couple of presets here. Can we add our own preset as well? I don't know. Doesn't. You have a customized one. Not sure how many of those you can add though. So if I just, let's say I adjust it to the standard kind of, just bumping the bottom up a bit and bumping the very top up a bit. That sort of sweet loudness sound that a lot of people like. Now if I save that, okay, yeah. So as standard, let's just put test, and cool. Now I've got the test one in there. Have you noticed there? So in mine on the customized, I've got from 15K to 9K, only down to 80. But if I go into the music one and actually go into the EQ, I've got down to 50, 60. But so not as many bands, but then I've got right up to 22K. Really? So 12K and 22. So the actual splits on their preset EQs are different. That's interesting. Why would they do that? In summary, I think this is great. This is a lovely, lovely little device. It sounds really good for its size. And it's just such a nice, simple design. We've got our USB-C charging at the side here, and just power button, Bluetooth, and the strap here that just hooks onto whatever you want to hook it onto. Really sensible, simple design. Very, very nice. Yeah, I mean, this seems great. Definitely like this. Oh, and you compare it as well. So if you get two of these, you can put two across the room or across a garden or whatever, and you compare them. Well, you can probably prepare as many as you want. Usually with these things, you compare like up to 100 or something. But yeah, you compare these. You can do stereo pairing on this too. So this is the Tribit StormBox Micro 2. And at least first impressions, I mean, I've just unboxed this, but first impressions are really good. I'll put links in the description as always. If you want to support the channel, click on those and I get a small commission through Amazon, but that's entirely up to you. If not, then thank you very much for watching and I'll see you again soon.